This is Sinister Gambino here with a new video. In this video, I'm going to be going over the Rockstar Newswires from yesterday, July 7th, 2021. That go over the Quick Draw Club and then the details on the Red Online Blood Money DLC. So starting off, I'll go over the Quick Draw Club because there's actually a dedicated newswire for that stuff. And then when there's the Quick Draw Club stuff on the other newswire, I'll probably be skipping that stuff, because I think it's pretty much all the same stuff listed here. But yeah, on top here is a trailer for the first Quick Draw Club, obviously, because that's the first one that'll be coming out. The other ones will obviously probably come out around when they're about to release, or on the day they do release. But yeah, as seen here, they're essentially rapid-fire passes. So they're basically much quicker versions of the Outlaw Passes that last for way less time and whatnot. In fact, they all last under a month, I believe, not even a single month. I think it's definitely a good step in the right direction, actually, because it will probably increase the longevity of the game, obviously. Honestly, no matter how they do it, I think if you play the game right, if you have a ton of full collector sets that you can just sell and stuff, I believe you can easily rank up your pass. And obviously, you just need a set amount of gold bars for every single pass, and you can get all those gold bars back, obviously, and whatnot. So if you play the game right, obviously, no matter what, you're probably going to be able to get through them as fast as you want and whatnot. But still, no matter how people do it, you'll have to come back on the game for all these different Quick Draw Clubs and whatnot. So yeah, it'll give more of a reason to go back into the game, so very great for increasing longevity, as I said. And yeah, apparently they're designed for bandits, which isn't too shocking because this update's actually going into the negative, dishonorable side of things. Whereas, in my opinion, a lot of the updates actually go for the more honorable, positive side of things, which is pretty weird for a game called Red Dead Online, obviously. You would expect there to be more stuff in the negative side of the spectrum. But yeah, that seems they're making a lot of moves in the right direction with this Quick Draw Club for sure. And if I haven't mentioned it yet, there's going to be 4 of them, so there's kind of one per month, essentially. And then there's going to be a Halloween Pass number 2, as listed later. But yeah, one thing with the Quick Draw Club number 1 is that you'll be able to get Dutch's outfit from the story modes. That's pretty cool. It's known as the Red Cliff outfit, apparently. And the other huge thing for the first Quick Draw Club seems to be the Whitchurch Cattleman Revolver Variant. So, with a lot of the different weapons in the game, the Cattleman Revolver will finally be getting a variant with the Whitchurch variant. So that's definitely pretty interesting. Not the weapon I feel that would have been most worthy of a variant, considering it's one of the, worst weapons in the game, I imagine, considering you start with a Cattleman Revolver from, the beginning of the game, I'm pretty sure. But still, definitely very exciting, nevertheless. And then a shirt, a hat, and up to 25 gold bars and more. Might not sound all that impressive, but if you recall from the last couple huge Outlaw Passes, unless you take advantage of, the whole entire thing, if you were to somehow get the whole entire thing in the first few days, or I think it's if you purchased it within the first few days with, the gold bars, you get the whole gold bars back. Or you only lose out on 5 instead of 10 gold bars or something, I think they did. So it's good to see that they're not trying to rip us off with our gold anymore. So definitely very glad they're not trying to rip people off with the gold anymore, especially considering all the gold nerfs that they did and whatnot. With the Bounty Hunters DLC. But yeah. Each installment of the Quick Draw Club, you'll get 25 ranks. Essentially all 4 of them equal to 100 ranks, which is kind of typical of a huge Outlaw Pass. It's kind of the typical amount of a huge Outlaw Pass between those 4. Essentially those 4 make up a whole entire Outlaw Pass in a sense. Again, And apparently purchasing all 4 installments will get a reward for the Halloween Pass 2 for free. So normally, obviously, you'll have to get the Halloween Pass 2 with a cost of some kind with gold bars, but you can actually get it for free instead if you complete all 4 of the quick draw passes, which is a very good deal. As for how long I think the Halloween Pass 2 will be in terms of like ranks and stuff, since that seems to be the only one we don't know about. At most, I imagine it would be 25 as well, just like the 4 quick draw clubs. So I believe I recall the first Halloween Pass was 20 tiers, I want to say. So if it goes off of the first Halloween Pass, then Halloween Pass 2 I could see also being 20 tiers. 20 or 25 is definitely obviously my bet for the amount of ranks and tiers for Halloween Pass 2. And it's probably also going to be additional perks for each consecutive pass purchase. Those don't really seem to be known about yet, though, in terms of what those are. But yeah, the first one's for July 13th, the initial day of the DLC through August 9th. And that will obviously have the outfit mentioned. Well, yeah, here's just a look at the stuff they mentioned before, because they did mention all that. And then we get into the more interesting stuff, because we haven't listed all this stuff yet. August 10th through September 6th for Quick Draw Club number 2, an outfit, hat, and then the most exciting one of the 3 shown here for sure would definitely have to be the Cartridge wraps. Though I definitely worry that this could be one of those many wraps that I feel won't really get much usage, to be honest. I feel nothing compares in terms of like the cloth wrap. I think the cloth wrap is definitely still like the best wrap they've done through like Outlaw Pass and whatnot. I think like the cloth wrap was like the very first type of wrap they did. That one I think just has way more colors than the other ones. I feel a lot of the like other wraps they've done aside from like the cloth wrap tend to mainly be like one-off kind of wraps and whatnot. And then maybe like in the following pass they add like one more like color. But I feel most of the like wraps they do tend to be forgotten about in a sense. Like they don't like add a lot of like colors to the wraps past like when they initially get released and whatnot, so I kind of worry there. The Quick Draw Club number 3, September 7th through October 4th. There's a Beadnell Sight, which seems pretty interesting. It seems like it's going to be our first like new sight into the game, which is pretty interesting. Wonder if it'll have like some sort of like competitive advantage or anything, or if it's just going to be a cool little like cosmetic sight. And the sight obviously would think would be the thing on the gun, obviously not just like monocle on the character here. Would obviously imagine it would be the actual sight on the gun, obviously. If not, that would be very disappointing. Bagshot Knife, just another reskin of a knife. They've done like reskin knife and like melee weapons and stuff before, like rolls and whatnot. And yeah, you're probably not going to really get much of any use out of it. And a jacket. Gotta say, with the Galleywood wraps though, this one in my opinion looks very cool. I like the looks of the wraps in both of these actually, compared to a lot of the other ones we have right now, like the polka dot wraps, I think. It might be like stage wraps as well, unless that's just a colored like cloth wrap or something. So I'm definitely liking the looks of a couple different wraps they're showing. And finally, number 4, October 5th through the 27th. We're going to be getting an Ibarra Mauser Pistol Variant. So we're getting a variant for practically the most expensive weapon in the game, which is pretty cool. And from my understanding with the variants, they prevent you from buying attachments, so if you don't care for the attachments, you can just buy the variant and basically be done customizing the weapon in a sense, because you practically lose all your customization options. Aside for obviously the variant itself, unless you take it off. Or the variants might give you all the attachments if it's like 1C or something. So that could kind of make the Mauser pistol more accessible, in my opinion, for sure. In terms of cost and whatnot for the whole entire weapon. A coat, poncho, and then an outfit. And that's pretty much it for this news wire here. And then to earn your blood money across a series of different robberies. I looked into the trailers. I obviously watched Quick Draw Club #1. That trailer, obviously, you can just see like all the stuff from that trailer, basically in that newswire I went over before. But yeah, as for the main trailer, I only found like a couple moments in it I feel were all that worth pointing out. And one of them I can kind of just explain. But yeah, this is kind of the best moment, in my opinion, with the trailer that could show something new aside for stuff I've already explained in the newswire. But yeah, here you see like 4 characters holding like torches and stuff. So that makes me wonder, that definitely makes me wonder if they'll make the torch a weapon in the game. Because for those who don't know, the torch has been a DLC weapon for the first Red Dead Redemption with the Undead Nightmare DLC. Obviously, it would be really cool to get an Undead Nightmare DLC for this game as well. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing the torch be a weapon for sure. I could see it kind of being like a competitor to like the lantern. Like the lantern, you pretty much just hold that and you can't really use it for anything besides for lighting stuff up. Maybe the torch could be like a more functional lantern where you can actually also kind of use it as a weapon to like burn up like animals and stuff like that. I don't know. That would be pretty cool. I think there's already an instance in the single player, if I recall, from when I checked out like the Reddit Wiki's like torch page or something. There's like an instance already in the story mode, I think, where you can just temporarily pick up a torch. So sadly, I see the torches being like a mission kind of exclusive thing to use. Sadly, unfortunately, probably won't be a whole like full-blown new weapon or something. I mean, but you never know. Could be a whole new weapon similar to how it is in the Undead Nightmare DLC that they've done before for the first Red Dead Redemption. And yeah, considering they don't show a lot of like new purchasable stuff outside of like Outlaw Passes, and yeah, considering they don't show a lot of like new purchasable stuff outside the like Quick Draw clubs and whatnot, they don't really show a lot of like purchasable things. I really worry that this update's gonna lack in purchasable content, but a torch would be pretty sick, not gonna lie, that's for sure. But yeah, unfortunately I feel it's just gonna be for a mission or something. Knowing Rockstar and all. But yeah, new opportunities and more coming in next week's Reddit Online update. But yeah, opportunities, you might think that's just kind of a little like wording, but there actually is a like activity that's known as opportunities apparently. More details on that later. But yeah, first paragraph gives us the release date of July 13th, 2021. That's pretty much the only useful thing in that paragraph, I say. And yeah, it says Ali de Lemoyne's capital, with Galito, Martelli, and Angelo Bronte. Those couple characters, I believe, are in the story mode, so, as mentioned before, I believe I mentioned it on my previous video, whatever, just had a couple characters returning from like, the story mode. And yeah, Lemoyne's capital, Saint Denis, that's to be expected to be the main like, place for the update. That way that's where they're like, located and whatnot. But yeah, mentioned something about a valuable commodity here known as Capitale, whatever now, Capitale, whatever the hell pronunciation on it. But yeah, it's probably kind of the like currency for this update. It's probably definitely the currency, I imagine, because it mentions it later on, like the more you get more worthwhile criminal opportunities when you do it. It mentions that practically at the bottom of that paragraph there. And yeah, normally it's supposed to be something hard to get access to, but it's practically in everybody's hands, apparently. And yeah, this paragraph is really cool here. Martelli is purely focused on results, entering into the world of more civilized crime requires nothing beyond a trusty sidearm and the willingness to use it. So yeah, basically that means there's no upfront cost whatsoever, whether that be money or gold. There's no investment whatsoever, as it puts in bold here with the no upfront investment required. That is very huge, and I think it's kind of deserved that they give us an update here with no like upfront cost. Because, like I said, this game's kind of pretty disappointing in a sense. Like, I don't hate like naturalist, bounty hunter, trader, collector, or anything. Like, I liked all those updates. I liked the roles and whatnot, but yeah. It's definitely time to move on from the roles. I think for sure it's been like the main focus of the game for almost 2 years now. Where like the last few updates have been like nothing but roles and whatnot. Which is nice because that at least guarantees you get a certain amount of purchasable content. Most of it being cosmetic, but a small handful at least that you know will actually be like useful in the game and whatnot. So yeah, definitely pretty interesting for sure. Definitely think they owe it to us for having like little to no content that's actually focused on the dishonorable, like outlaw side of things when the games were recalled Red Dead and whatnot. Like, you would think with a game called Red Dead Online, it would be more dishonorable stuff than the honorable, more positive stuff. So yeah, I definitely think it's a very good step in the right direction to resurrect this game. And crimes and opportunities here. But yeah, just going to need some of the West's most reprehensible soldiers that will be able to tell you where the Capitale is, or at least provide hints for it. And they'll provide new work known as crimes, which includes things like coach holdups and then also multi-stage robberies, including kidnapping, brutal debt collections, and more. That's something pretty interesting. Especially the debt collection thing. Kind of goes back to like the Leopold Strauss stuff. I believe that was like the character that did that kind of stuff in the story mode for Red Dead Redemption 2. So definitely pretty excited for the debt collection stuff, how that one will work for sure. And I've been watching like a lot of like retro like GTA content, especially from like the professional recently, and I think a lot of like older GTA games and like any GTA games, you're usually going against the people who do the brutal debt collection and don't ever tend to do that kind of stuff yourself. Like, obviously, I know GTA is kind of its own thing, obviously, more so than Red Dead, but still. My point is, not a lot of Rockstar games like have this brutal debt collection kind of stuff, so I'm definitely very curious for that particular stuff. And then, obviously, there's coach holdups and story modes, so I imagine those would be kind of similar to that. And yeah, they mentioned in this one, you can do this stuff with your own gun or with a full posse. That's definitely very great, especially in the last couple years. They've been doing a good job making it where most to all the content can be done solo and with groups as well. Especially having a full-on solo heist in the latest GTA update right now, for example. That was probably like the hugest step towards having great solo content in the game, at least in recent times. But yeah. And it mentions you have to search high and low for Capitale, so you can probably find them like up in mountains and stuff like that as well. And yeah, you can find them like hidden chests or in remains of those that cross your path. And yeah, and when traversing free roam, you make sure to unlock homesteads and camps. So yeah, that goes back to like the robbery stuff they were hinting at. It was in like Event Week Newswire, I think like a good a few weeks ago or something. And maybe even when they initially like hinted at the DLC, when they like talked about it back in May or something. But yeah, you may see free roam and think that it's gonna be like super competitive in terms of like the homesteads and camps, like robbing them and all that stuff. But there's a defensive mode in the game, but yeah, that's assuming they'll let you like do this stuff in a hopefully they do. Hopefully it doesn't feel like they go super out of your way and like go out of defensive mode. I think there's like the moonshine revenue agent like roadblock stuff. I don't think that stuff requires going out of defensive mode, so it might be like that. So essentially it might be easy to do them solo and not have a bunch of people trying to kill you and going out of their way to try to do it themselves as well. So it shouldn't be too competitive, hopefully, to get those homesteads robbed and whatnot. And yeah, accumulating enough Capitale will get you opportunities, which is kind of the hugest kind of thing it seems that can be done. And they're dispatched by mortality to stifle a rising Lemoyne senator, disrupting Bronte operations throughout the region. Each one reveals various approaches to the task at hand. Listening to nearby conversations will let you uncover new paths. So it kind of reminds me of like the last couple heists from like GTA Online, for example, where you might have like different ways you can do it and whatnot, or especially the Diamond Casino heist, it reminds me more of that one compared to all the other ones. So it could kind of be along that kind of line. But yeah, first one apparently will involve like 3 jewels of the West. And for those who don't know, they're the like ruby, the emerald, and then there's some other ones. I don't entirely remember what the other one was. I know there's an emerald and a ruby. I think it was like some yellow, like gold looking one or something. But every time I kept trying to listen into the trailer, I could never like hear much of what it actually was called or something. So if anyone knows what that like bird jewel was called I didn't mention, I would be curious to know. But yeah, I kind of worry with the sound of the 3 jewels of the West. Those sound like they would be super rare, and it kind of suggests that you might only be able to do these opportunities once. So I kind of worry that these might be like one-time things for the opportunities. But yeah, hopefully it's possible to do them more than once, because 3 jewels of the West kind of sounds like a one-time thing, if I were to be completely honest. They don't sound like the generic type of collectible that's like known through the collector role and whatnot, where you can find like multiples of them all the time and whatnot. Don't necessarily feel that's going to be the case, unfortunately. But yeah, obviously the first one will be available on launch, and apparently 2 more will be in dripfeed. And yeah, Quick Draw Club, pretty much already went over all of that on the previous newswire. And no need to really go into any of that. New clothing, returning past items, and more, though. This part's very interesting. In response to feedback, Skill and Satchel Pamphlets previously released on the Outlaw Pass, such as unlocking ability fast travel from the wilderness camp, will be placed on general sale. That's definitely very nice. Because those who didn't get access to the fast travel from the wilderness camp at like ring 97 or something, I want to say it was, for Outlaw Pass number 4 or something, it makes the wilderness camp nowhere near as valuable, so having the option to buy it with the update would definitely be a very nice change for sure. So those who didn't get the opportunity to get it free will be able to pay for it. Wilderness camp isn't necessarily bad without the fast travel, because you can actually like, it's probably the best way to like craft and cook and stuff, which gives you access to some of the easiest like daily challenges in the game. But still, portable fast travel is absolutely amazing, so that's a very huge step in the right direction for sure. And other ones I can see this including will be like the ammo increase ones. Like for example, I think there was the revolver and the repeater ammo things that can get it upwards to 400 ammo instead of the normal maximum of 200. And I think 400 is actually the maximum ammo you can have for revolvers and repeaters in story mode. So I actually got like the ammo caught up for online the story mode as well. So those 2 like weapon things as well will be pretty huge, no doubt, in my opinion, for those who might not have got the opportunity to get them and want to buy them. And yeah, over coming weeks and months for dripfeed, some of the most stylish powerful corporate clothing from Outlaw Passes number 2 and 3 will return. which primarily includes a lot of the like Linde Gang clothing, such as Marston's outfit, Arthur's outfit, Bill Williamson's outfit, and then Javier's outfit as well. Very interesting for sure, kind of nice as well to go alongside stuff in Vanderlyn's outfit that we'll be releasing for the first time. And then NVIDIA DLSS, apparently it says stuff about max FPS, max quality, powered by all. Not necessarily entirely sure what this all is. Don't know if it's like, I guess it's apparently like a pretty newish like graphics card or something. I'm not sure if I remember correctly, but the RTX stuff might be kind of like the realistic like lighting kind of stuff and whatnot. That might be at least part of it. Yeah, pretty curious what all that's about. I'm not a huge PC player or anything. I don't really got a PC to run these kind of games, unfortunately. But yeah. And finally, to end, we'll stay tuned for more details for next week's update on the Newswire. The thing is, I don't know if that means there's going to be more details before the update drops, or if this will be like during like event weeks and stuff. Like if they're just going to be simply talking about event weeks. It's probably just simple event week stuff. I don't really see them necessarily talking about this all again, especially because they're not a huge communication company. They don't really communicate a lot in a sense, I feel, when it comes to like upcoming content and whatnot. But yeah, pretty excited, I'd say for sure. I feel the last like huge crime related update we've had with the game was probably Moonshiners. A lot of the like huge content additions feel, like I said, go more towards the like honorable side, the more positive side, which like I said isn't bad necessarily, but you would expect this game to have more outlaw stuff as well compared to what it currently has. But yeah, that will be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed.